Hi, my name is Britt Skinner, and I'm the Director of the BCGEU's Advocacy Department. As a shop steward, you can discover issues at work when members approach you about a workplace matter. Alternatively, you may be good at keeping your ear to the ground and discover when something is off at work. The first thing you do when faced with a workplace issue is gather the facts. This is done by gathering as much information as possible, which could include interviewing those involved to learn more and using the 6 W's to guide your fact-finding: the who, what, when, where, why, and want. The next step is to investigate and probe deeper into the facts that you have gathered, just like a detective would. When we investigate, we are also thinking about the most appropriate channels for addressing workplace issues. There are 5 channels that should be considered. The 5 channels are the Joint Labor Management Committee, Joint Occupational Health and Safety Committee, bargaining, organizing, and the grievance process. Once you have vetted the issue and determined that there is an alleged violation of the collective agreement, or if a member wants to pursue a grievance, you need to schedule a Step 1 meeting with all 3 parties, the employer, member, and yourself as the shop steward. The purpose of the Step 1 meeting is to problem solve and attempt to resolve the issue. This is also the step where you are gathering more facts about the issue at hand. You or the employer might need some time to investigate the issue further after the Step 1 meeting. Sometimes issues do get resolved at this step, but if the issue remains unresolved, a Step 2 meeting is scheduled thereafter. The Step 2 meeting involves the employer, usually from a higher level, manager or HR, a shop steward, and the griever. The purpose of this meeting is to further discuss and problem solve the issue. This is an important step to hear each party's perspective and potentially resolve the issue. Every effort should be made to meet and to do so. Sometimes issues do get resolved at Step 2, especially when the employer starts to realize the reality of a grievance being filed if the issue is not addressed. Go into a Step 2 meeting with a completed grievance form and obtain the Step 2 signature if the issue is not resolved. The next step, if the issue remains unresolved after that Step 2 meeting, is to file the grievance with the union. Timelines are very important. Review your collective agreement for timelines regarding the grievance process. The grievance needs to be filed at Step 2 within a certain time frame from when the member became aware of the issue giving rise to the grievance, or when the alleged violation took place. Once the grievance is filed at Step 2, the union has conduct of the grievance and owns it. The employer should not be negotiating with the griever or the shop steward. Your collective agreement may also have language on this. All negotiations now happen between the staff representative on behalf of the member and the employer. As the union owns the grievance, it is now the staff representative's decision to determine how to proceed, including whether to withdraw the grievance. The staff representative reviews the grievance and assesses its merit. Some collective agreements have additional steps before the grievances get filed to arbitration. Prepping for arbitration is a dynamic process that does not always lead to a hearing. Often, grievances get settled just before the hearing date, or the employer provides disclosure that leads to the matter being withdrawn. Sometimes, despite the griever's wish to proceed to arbitration, the staff representative will determine that a grievance should not proceed to hearing. If the griever and the staff representative disagree on whether the matter should proceed, the staff representative will issue a turn-down letter outlining the details of their decision and will include the griever's appeal rights. A Grievance Appeal Committee, or GAC, hears grievances that have been turned down. In many cases, the staff representative will explore mediation to resolve a grievance. Mediation can only be undertaken with the agreement of the parties. The benefit of mediation include more control over the process, it's confidential, there's no public award with the griever's name, it's faster than the formal arbitration, it's not limited to the legal remedy, but whatever the parties will agree to. It's often informal and it's much easier on the griever. Hopefully, at the conclusion of a mediation, you will end up with an agreement that resolves the grievance. If not, the staff representative can still proceed to an arbitration hearing. The grievance is advanced to expedited or full arbitration based on the nature of the grievance and the language in the collective agreement. Just because a grievance gets filed to arbitration does not mean that it will proceed to a hearing. Grievances that are resolved are withdrawn and concluded.